Hi everyone, this is Bharti here, and welcome to my statistic learning of data science. So, in our previous classes, we have learned about statistics. Sorry, so statistics, as we know, it is a process, a method of collecting, organizing the data, and we have learned what is data. Data is a piece or information that can be measured. So, we have also learned about different types of statistics. So in different types of statistics, we have descriptive and inferential statistics. So under descriptive statistics, again we have two methods, that is measure of central tendency and measure of variability. So under two also we have three different kinds. One is mean, median, and mode under the measure of central tendency, and range, dispersion and variance, and measure of variability. So in this session, let's try to understand about measure of central tendency and what is mean, median, and mode, and why it is important in learning data science. What do you mean by measure of central tendency? Measure of central tendency are the method to obtain numerical value which are used to represent a large collection of numerical data. So this is a textbook meaning. So in order to say the normal words, what we can see is central tendency, that is a value that represents the center point or a typical point of a data set. So it is a value that summarizes the data. So what we can take is we can take an sorry. Uh, Under measure of central tendency, as we have discussed, we have three types, that is mean, median, and mode. So we can take an example of the SSLC students. So once we get results are out, we will be able to see who has scored distinction, who has scored first class, second class, and third class. So this is the measure of central uh, tendency which we will be using on. So first one, let's learn about what is mean. So mean, this is the arithmetic mean, is defined as a sum of individual observation divided by the total number of observation. And so this definition will be understood when we resolve the below example. So, and this is the formula which we will be using, that is m is equal to summation of x divided by n. So as we know, population will be denoted with caps N, and sample will be denoted by small n. So here, let's take an example, that is a weight of a person. So here we have 66, 55, 40, 35, and 85. And how many observation are there? Total altogether, we have a 5 observation. So when we try to input, one second. So when we try to input these many observation into this formula, so we will be getting the results of 56.2. That is, this is the total number of observation we have done. That is 66, 55, 40, 35, and 85. This is the individual observation, and this is the individual observation divided by the total number, that is a 5. So when we add all together this together, we are getting 281 divided by 5. And when we take out the value of this 281 divided by 5, we will be getting the 56.2. This one is called as a mean. So I hope this definition makes meaningful now. Like, it is divided as sum of, these are the individual observation when it is divided by the sum total number of observation. So moving on, we have a median. So what is a median? Median, it is basically a middle number in a number. Sorry, middle value in a number. In order to find the median, we must sort the data into numerical order, that is from largest to smallest. So it will be easy for us. So let's take the same example. Like, this is the weight which you have taken in the earlier example. So first thing what we have to do is we have to sort the data. So when we have sorted the data, here you can see the median. When we want to find out the median, we will be taking the middle value, that is 55. So here it is a middle value 55. But this is an odd number. This is okay. But what if the number is even? So if for example, I will add one more number to the weight. So here we have 35. I have sorted in smallest to largest. It is 35, 40, 55, 66, 85, and 87. So basically what we will be doing is we will be considering these two values, that is 55 and 66. And these two are my total number of observation. So when we try to take 55 plus 66 is divided by 2, and when we take the number, it is 121 divided by 2, and 60.5 is our median value. So I hope you have got this median. So as I said, this is the middle value in a number. Middle value in a number. If there is a uniform distribution of a data, mean is very good. If we have outliers or anything as such, it is very difficult to um, not difficult. It is better we use a median. Like if we have when we try to place this one, for example, uh, suppose think we have sorry my that this is not working. Hmm. Okay, let me try to explain the thing in my next session. So, moving on to the mode, this is a more frequent or often number which will be occurring very often, and this works well if we have a categorical data. So, categorical data, for example, iris flower set, whether the resources and all we will be finding. No? In that one data set, this one is mode is works well. So here also I will take the same example, that is a weight, that is I have used over here. So here if we find out, we can see 66, 55, 40, 35, 8. And here we can see 55 is repetitive again. So here our mode is 55. So what happens if the numbers are not in a repetitive mode? Then we won't be using the mode. We will be using median or mean or median in such cases. So basically, why we are using the measure of central tendency in the data science is to it is very useful to handle the missing values in our data set. Like if we have any missing values, this can be replaced with mean or median or a mode value. So when we will be doing the mean value is when the data is uniformly distributed, then it is very easy to apply the mean. But when the data is not uniformly distributed, then we can apply median. And uh, coming to the mode, we can use the mode value if the data is skewed or missing categorical value can be used. So that's it for today's session. So in my next session, let's try to learn about the measure of variables like range, variance, and standard deviation. Thank you. Have a nice day.